Would you like to supercharge your time in the studio? Do you struggle not knowing what to do once you do get in there? I'm showing what I do to have a more productive time while I work on my larger Wabi Sabi Derivative Squared works, number 26 and 27, in my quest to make 52 abstract works in 52 weeks. Deadline, 31st of May, 2024. This is part 4 of this series. If you haven't already done so, why don't you pause this video and go back to the start of this series to see what I did to get to this point. I've put the link in the description. Then please come back. October 2022, Bill and I emerged from the 10-month slog of living in the midst of a chaotic home repair. I closed my art studio in order to full-time project manage the repair and the restoration of half of the floors in our home. With our home restored, I was eager to envision what life could be, personally and in the studio, in 2023. I'm showing how planning in late 2022 helped me forge a successful and fulfilling new year, with the added bonus of being able to take a vital 6-week summertime break from the middle of December 2023 to the end of January 2024. My system is adapted from the Momentum Planner created by Charlie Gilkey at Productive Flourishing. The link is in the description. With my finished second quarter overall plan in hand, knowing what I want to do every month, week, and day keeps me from stuffing around when I get into the studio, and it helps me arrange a better personal life. Second quarter and April objectives slid into their respective slots. Next, I added the events and holidays occurring in April of which I wanted to be aware. Then I posted events and other factors that would affect my schedule into the weekly grids. Next, each of the April objectives were broken down into smaller chunks and dispersed over the weeks of April. At the end of the month, I noted emerging projects to be included in the projects for the upcoming month. I reflected on my wins, what helped, and what would have improved my performance for the month. Remember, the monthly planner is a tool to help you manage your time in the studio. There is no perfect way to complete this. Give yourself a lot of grace. Getting to this point of planning is good. If things are a bit hectic, achieving this basic plan can help give you a more rewarding studio time. However, I've found that taking the next step to design each week is an even more powerful way to get your most meaningful studio projects done. At this point, I had my ideal week chart at hand. It's something I created prior. It contained routines and habits over the week that I wanted to maintain, and it helps me be more realistic in planning how much I can get accomplished. The ideal week is a concept by Michael Hyatt and Daniel Harkavy in their book, Living Forward. The link to that book is in the description. With my monthly planner and ideal week in hand, I was ready to focus on the weekly plan for the third week, which is the 17th through the 23rd of April. First, I populated the projects box with what I aim to complete by the end of April. Next, I added the projects I would focus on during the week. Breaking those projects into smaller chunks helped me to determine when to do them. Noting the day a family member would move into our home was critical for a successful week. Unknown to me at the time of monthly planning, detailed weekly planning helped me create a workaround and helped me better welcome our new household member. Deadlines were adjusted to compensate for the time needed to help the new member adjust to our home. I wanted to be flexible for the move-in day, but still wanted to progress my work. So, Monday morning, I would look for errors on my website. The afternoon could be used to work on my email program. I could easily break from both tasks and resume them later. In populating the remaining days with task chunks, I was better able to prioritize and schedule the time to work on them. It was helpful to allow for extra time to resettle our home as well. Top wins for the week were uploading all 5 of my relaunch videos and getting my home back to the new normal. Success came from keeping to my plan and working it daily. To improve, I needed to find a better way to do faster uploads. This was added to the emerging project box in the April monthly planner. Another improvement would be to hire a maid. Unfortunately, I would not be able to include that in emerging projects for the month. Getting to the weekly planning stage helps clear your headspace and improves your accomplishments in the studio if you work your plan every day. This level works well for me when task chunks are rather repetitive for the week. However, when I have a lot of varied tasks to achieve that week, or I'm wanting to track my progress, I depend on the extra supercharge from daily planning. I labeled my daily planning page with the day of the week and the date, including the year. You could add a focus for the day as well, but I don't often do that. Next, I copied and pasted all the task blocks on my weekly plan that had been scheduled for the day. There were no appointments or scheduled events this week, so I aimed to get more done. Supporting tasks were the day's projects broken down into smaller chunks that were achievable. Then with my perfect week paper next to me, I could populate the time slots for the day. Emerging tasks were written and a note added about my work on the email. Next day, I reviewed my day, marked my achievements with a check, and added a circle next to tasks that I worked on but did not complete. I assessed the day on the next page, noting my wins and what set up my wins, and what improvements could be made. This kind of information can expedite planning for the next day. I began these Wabi Sabi Derivative Squared works way back in early October 2023. I placed final marks on them just this week. After the oil pastel sets, I'll stretch them on a frame. I feel it's great progress on my 52 works in 52 weeks challenge that I had planned way back in 2022. But hey, the original Wabi Sabi derivative works have changed. Good spotting. Returning with fresh eyes after my planned break from the studio, I decided that they weren't quite finished. So I did finish them just before I started this series. What do you think? You can see all of my work so far by clicking on the link in the description. Next time, I talk about my successes and my not-so-good outcomes from 2023. I'd appreciate it if you'd like this video, and I'd be delighted if you'd subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when I upload my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and now I recommend that you watch this.